It's Sunday, the final day of FISE World Montpellier, and we're back here in the south of France, in the lovely city of Montpellier, for our last live of this weekend. We've had so much action so far, but we're back here for our final event, the UCI BMX Flatland World Cup in the men's category. My name is Egon. I'll be your host today, and I'm being joined by my BMX Flatland expert, Samuel Folks.
Hey everyone, great to be here, and it's a fantastic opportunity to be here live at FISE and watch the men's Flatland final.
We were just talking about how this might have been the best FISE so far, but we still have one event that we have to introduce to the people here, and that is BMX Flatland. Sam, can you tell us a bit more about how BMX Flatland is different from BMX Park, BMX Street, BMX Podium that we've seen so far?
Yeah, BMX Flatland just has the rider, their bike, and a flat surface, and it's all about how you compose your tricks. Creativity is a huge element, and there's so much athleticism to actually move your bike and do different tricks. So it's quite different. You don't have any ramps, you don't have anything to jump over. It's just you, your bike, flat surface, and creating something that's really impressive.
And you can see it right here. We have the Samsung stage that we featured before on the breaking battle, and now we're going to use it for the UCI BMX Freestyle Flatland World Cup. And this is how it's going to go.
So there's 2 heats, which will have 4 riders each. And what you'll see is a 3-minute run, so a full-length run, and then overall result will come through for a top 3. But what we'll see is the judges looking at an overall impression, and the best rider of the day will obviously take the top spot.
So the judging panel that we will have will be a bit different from the ones that we've seen before. So no Marcus Wilke, no Igor Poki, but a lot of Flatland BMX experts from all over the world that we have in this panel, and they're sitting there right behind their desks, and there's a lot to take into account when judging a Flatland competition.
Yeah, as I said before, there's overall impression is the key thing, but starting off with difficulty, risk, flow and style, originality and versatility, control and tricks, variety of tricks, bike control, expression, consistency. They're all things that the judges will be looking at, but what we've really seen so far in the event is they want to see that difficulty, they want to see that risk. So we're going to be seeing big scores for big risk and high level of tricks in this event.
So our riders are getting ready. They gave it their all during qualification, during the semifinals. Now we've boiled it down to 8 riders that qualified into this final, into this last event here at FISE World Montpellier. And on the upper right, you can see our judges.
The judging panel are a real expert group. Frank Lucas from Germany, he's got years of experience in the sport, and he's taking the head judge position. Ephraim Catlow, Ryan Russell, Johan Chan, all experts, and they'll be keeping an eye on things throughout the session today. We'll see some really great judging.
Now we'll explain a bit more on BMX Flatland in this upcoming video.
Welcome to the final day of FISE. It's been an absolutely insane week for BMX riding, and we're capping it off with one of the most anticipated events. It's a historic event because we have a legend retiring. We're gonna get into that in a minute. First off, I wanna say thank you to all these amazing people here in Montpellier. The best fans in the world. Let's meet our finalists. Representing Japan, Yohei Uchino!
So excited to see one of the true pioneers for Japanese Flatland.
"18 years old, representing Team France, Julien Baran!
There's no doubt there's a bright future for this rider, only 18 years old.
2 Frenchies in the final. A former FISE champion, representing Japan, Kio Hayakawa!
This guy can really bring it. Such an explosive riding style.
Representing Red Bull, another legend in Flatland. He's been in almost every final in the FISE. This is Viki Gomez!
A true veteran of our sport. Biggest bag of tricks you'll ever see in Flatland.
One of the most favorited athletes of all time here in Montpellier. Representing France, Matthias Dandois!
I think the crowd says it all there. One of the greatest contest riders we've ever seen in the sport.
Your third place qualifier, riding for Team Japan, Ryo Katagiri!
Amazing flow on the back wheel. Look out for this guy.
Your second place qualifier, another man that is no stranger to the podium, doing it for Team Japan, Yuichi!
Last year's winner, current world champion. Expect electrics with Yuichi.
And your number one qualifier, one of the most progressive new riders in the sport of BMX Flatland. Doing it for Team Japan, Ryo Katagiri!
Yeah, no doubt he's setting the standard right now. He's the rider to beat today.
Montpellier, these are your finalists!
Ladies and gentlemen, nos 8 combattants pour cette finale. Et on va commencer avec le premier groupe de riders, les 4 premiers riders. Yuichi Ohara, Julien Baran, Kio Hayakawa et Viki Gomez. Montpellier, soyez bien à lancer cette finale!
So we're setting up for this Flatland final in the men's category. The 8 best riders in the world gathered here at FISE World Montpellier 2024. And we're getting ready for the first runs that we're gonna see.
The semi-finals last night were so heavy. Like, just to make the final today has been a phenomenal achievement for everyone. There's no doubt the best riders made it through. As you can see, a very stacked final in terms of Japanese representatives, but some great Euro riders in there as well.
Now would you look at that. Still a lot of people here at FISE World Montpellier on the banks of the River Lez. And still, every day we had pristine conditions to have our athletes giving it their best.
The scoring is based on overall impression, and that criteria consists difficulty or risk of trick, style and flow, consistency, originality, control of tricks, bike control, and execution.
It's Ryan Russell.
Originality is also very important in Flatland, and this is kind of more where the artistic part of the sport comes into play. With originality and style and flow, you know, you want your entire run to be a good representation of your skill and your dedication to the sport. All right, now I'm getting anxious. Now I want to go ride with these guys. They're motivating me. This is what's great about these events is watching these guys. When you go home, I just want to ride. I ride harder. You know, we're talking about tricks and tips, and there's so much progress that comes from joining an event like this. You know, and knowledge also comes into play. Knowing the history of the sport, who invented certain tricks, where, you know, tricks and styles originated from is very important to judge a rider accurately. I hope it continues to grow. I think events like this and the Olympics expose Flatland to new riders, and I hope it continues to grow.
So that was our UCI judge, Ryan Russell, explaining what BMX Flatland is.
The judging criteria is just so important, and that's been a real evolution of bringing this as a UCI event, and FISE is just such a good example of where we have the best judges picking out the best points. The guys really do take this seriously, and they want to reward the best results, and they've got loads of experience between them, and they'll know exactly what they're looking for today with all of the riders.
So we're getting ready for those first riders here on the Samsung stage.
This is where it gets kind of heated when you're getting ready to go on. You'll definitely be feeling the pressure. 3-minute run, it's a serious amount of time when you're on a stage like this. Really excited to see the first rider up today, Yuichi. He really is one of the innovators in Japanese flatland. Most of the back wheel riding you'll see today, he's invented. And even the riders that you'll see later on, he's innovated so much of the style of riding you'll see today.
New tricks, links, creativity, originality, flow. And when the smoke clears,
So we're going to give Uchi 3 minutes to showcase his flatland skills.
He's a great showman, Yuichi, but make no mistake, he's going to be going for hard stuff. He said to me earlier today, high risk, everything high risk.
À partir de la première figure, il a besoin de vous les enfants. C'est pas facile de commencer là. Viki chaleur dans les oreilles, let's go. On se concentre, ça part sur la roue arrière.
So popping onto the back wheel, this is called a Yuichi spin, going no hands. Effortlessly flipping onto the other side of the bike. See how he keeps control by pumping round. Flips all the way to underneath. Just watch the footwork. He'll be moving his feet around, pivoting the bike, moving up into a spin, and out clean. All of that is completely original. Yuichi came up with that whole line.
Get your first trick out of the way.
Rolling into a backwards manual. This is a hammer, bike flipped upside down. Unbelievable control. So again, he's picking up the momentum, going to the outside. Onto the pedals. Oh, just missing the exit there, but super high level of difficulty and loads of innovation throughout.
Impressive riding so far by Yohei Uchino.
All of Yuichi's riding so carefully thought through. Getting ready to go onto the back wheel once again. Carve backwards manual. To forwards. Oh, just having to jump off there. Yuichi stuff's so hard, it's kind of all or nothing.
Backwards manual.
He's going to try and get it to go forwards and then flip round. Yes!
Oh!
Unbelievable bike flipped upside down. And flip out. Oh, just missing it. Just so explosive. All of this stuff is completely made up by Yuichi. The control and the innovation that you're seeing is unprecedented.
But he's getting all the support from the people here in Montpellier.
He's going to go for it again. Oh, just really wanting to pull that one for the crowd. There is only one way, and that's you pull that trick or you don't. So much style going into that. Carving. Oh, he's just missing it. Losing a little bit of momentum now in this run. Fantastic start, but he's got to get this.
He wants to do it for the crowd. The backwards manual, shifting into the forward moving manual. Bike flip
to upside down.
Ooh.
Picking up the momentum now. Watch this. Flip and out to the pedals. Oh my goodness. Absolute hammer to finish with. And this is what Yuichi can bring. Just such a high level, so explosive. What a phenomenal line to finish up with for that crowd. They've gone absolutely crazy.
That was a whole lot of incredible riding. That's what that was. Unfortunately for Uchi, that was after time. So that won't count for the judges.
Just for the crowd. Sounded like he was out of time on that last line. So this is where he's just picking up the speed through pumping upside down, building up the momentum to help him flip the bike. You've got to watch so closely on the footwork with Yuichi. He's always in control of that bike, letting the momentum come round and just flipping out when he chooses. Just so clean, everything thought through, never kicks the tire. It's just all about flow and control. There's that bike flip to upside down, straight from the pedals onto the back wheel.
That was so much going on in that first run.
That's the thing, I mean, he just goes for things at such high risk with so much innovation. There's nowhere to hide. The score's probably lower than where he'd want it to be, but that's probably reflective of the mistakes. But there's no doubt what he did pull was the highest level you're going to see today.
Our next rider on the gold frame, it's the Frenchie Julien Baran.
Been really excited to see this up-and-coming rider just start to really take shape this year. He's had some good results. He's been training in Japan and had an amazing run last night to make this final. Again, popping into that backwards manual, jumping onto the cross-footed position. So much flow and control. He looks really relaxed, but none of this is easy. Picking up that momentum. And then watch this, straight out to the pedals. Almost looked like he wasn't trying, but everything there was pinpoint and really hard. There we go, pumping up onto the back wheel. Watch, he's going to pivot round. That's a stubble duck. So you saw the whole bike go round. Now he's going to turn round up onto the pedal. Watch this, picking up the speed, pumping while standing on the pedal. He's going to switch his hands. Just one cross hand there, straight to the back wheel. The complexity in this line is exceptional. So much flow. Definitely get more score for going for a long combo here. He's keeping it going. And out clean. Oh, just misses that ender. Just an incredible level of combo throughout there. All on the back wheel. So much flow. The crowd are going crazy.
We're over halfway. Julien Baran's first and single run.
What's nice about his riding is you'll see he's moved onto the front wheel now. He's showing that variety of tricks. So he's moving onto the bar flip into the steamroller position here, flowing round. And this is the sort of stuff that the judges are looking for. They want to see depth of riding. They want to see variety. They want to see control. Oh, just hanging on to it there. I don't think that's quite what he wanted, but he's held on clean. He's really been taking his riding seriously this year. Like I said, he's been training in Japan. He's actually been competing out there, and you can really see that influence starting to come through in his riding. Again, moving up onto the back wheel. Again, stepping up onto the pedal, just so much control. The balance point's that much harder when you're standing on the pedal because you're not on the peg, so you're off center the whole time. Pumping it to pick up speed. Whoa! Such a high level of difficulty. Keep in mind, this rider's only 18 years old. He's an up-and-comer, and he's holding it together on the stage in front of this huge crowd. Oh, half-cab whopper. Nice crowd pleaser to finish. Fantastic run there, really nice. Listen to the crowd.
That's a great thing about these competitions. Getting all that support from the crowd.
And really deserved. It's just great to see another young French rider coming through. It's a legacy to what's been dominated really for the last few years by Matthias and Alex, and now there's another rider on the scene who can take on that mantle and keep progressing the sport in France.
Now what we saw with Julien, he was doing tricks on both his front and his back wheel. Is that going to be of importance to the judges as well?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be looking for variety because it's a very different style of riding to be on the front wheel versus the back wheel. So it's showing a depth of tricks. It's showing that he can mix it up, and that will be looked at favourably when they look at the variety as part of the judging criteria.
And then this one, we call that a half-cab whip. Or
The half-cab whip.
They call that trick a whopper because it was invented in a Burger King parking lot. That's a big score coming in for Julien.
69 for Julien Baran.
And I think it's just that score is probably reflective of just that high level of risk that we saw from Yuichi. The run overall from Julien was very, very strong, but I think it's just that originality and that technicality that we saw from Yuichi, which is why he's just edged slightly ahead.
And we're taking it back to Japan with Kio Hayakawa.
So this is your 2022 FISE winner.
So he has that FISE expertise. He knows the podium.
Also the 2022 X Games winner, Ultimate Flatland League champion. He knows how to win the big stuff. So upside down, flipping straight into a trick called a backyard here. Again, you'll see him pumping to get momentum. Just effortlessly flips his bike from one side to the other, moving to upside down, stepping up onto the pedal to backward spin, and decade out. Just so fluent and so dialed. Kio's known for really hard pedaling style of tricks. So you'll see him go up now, decade to the back wheel, moving into a gyrator there. He's keeping that going by kicking the tire. You'll see he's flipping upside down now, just trying to wind this combo up. We're expecting to see something explosive to finish here. Cross-footed on the pedal, turn around to pedaling blender. Unbelievable. Backwards decade out, cross-foot, yes. Kio is absolutely going for it. The risk level in that combo is just unbelievable. There's nowhere to hide when you're doing tricks like that. So straight onto it. Again, another back wheel line. Just a short adjustment there of his pedal, winding himself up for something. Flip round again into that blender position. Pedaling, no hands. He's going to go for a full backwards decade out. It's no surprise that Kio's had so much success in the last 3 years when you see him putting tricks like this back to back. He's going again into that blender position. He's going to go for flip to upside down. That's the first kind of big mistake we've seen from Kio there. He's trying to flip to upside down onto the pedal. There it goes, crossfoot on the other side, cross-footing under, pedaling cross-footed upside down. That's a Kio original.
I can't believe what we're seeing here.
Watch this, and out. That's called a perverted decade, and he's done that with no brakes, so it's just all about control, jump fully over the bike. He's going up into a blender again. What's he going to do with it this time? Backwards decade out, trying to keep it going. What's he going for?
The timer already ended, but he keeps it going.
Perverted decade, landing cross-footed. Unbelievable technical level there. Just all those small details, crossing your feet, landing on the pedals, pedaling at high speed. That's what Kio brings. It's just so technical.
We're only 3 riders in, and we've already seen 3 completely different styles of these riders.
And that's the thing with Flatland, like it is all about having your own style, being original, coming up with things that other people haven't done before. And that's why it's kind of considered an art by a lot of riders. So you can see just jumping through there into that backyard, keeping the momentum going. See how effortlessly he just steps up onto the pedals, pivots round. And here's that perverted decade. Onto the back wheel. So much harder to land on a wheel rather than onto the frame.
And he almost came to a complete stop.
Absolutely, you know, and that's just so hard, and then jump all the way over the bike to land. Such a high-risk exit from a combo, and he's just pulling that under all this pressure. Here's that full backwards decade out, all the way round, riding out forwards. And this is that cross foot on the wrong side. Look at his foot position there. He's on the inside and then crossing his legs whilst pedaling. Unbelievable. There we go, landing cross-footed on his exit. Just so much detail, and it just makes the difficulty that much harder.
Sam, could I take a flatland bike and take that to the skate park?
You could, but it's quite a lot different to a street frame because it's that little bit shorter, and the bike will be set up with grippy pegs.
And the score just came in at 86.33, breaking through the 80-point wall.
Yeah, I don't think there's any surprise there, both in terms of the overall run, but also just the technical difficulty that Kio's brought into that. That's going to be a tough score to beat. It's a really good benchmark.
Former FISE Flatland champion. This man makes the finals in every contest over the last 15 to 20 years. Always a pleasure to have him here at the FISE, and we are ready to rock and roll. Riding for Viki BMX and Reebok Montpellier. Say hello to Viki Gomez!
Listen to the crowd reaction. There's pretty much not anything that Viki hasn't won.
The oldest competitor here at FISE Montpellier.
Yeah, we saw Viki use that experience last night to get himself into the final. Incredible run against the odds. He's here once again. So moving on to the back wheel to start off with. You definitely see a lot of variety in Viki's riding. Bike flip. He's going to set himself up for an original here. Watch this. Off. Oh, just missing it. Really high level of difficulty there.
What did we just see?
It's like a downside decade whip. It's a Viki original. This is where Viki's going to really dig into his bag of tricks. With his experience, straight onto the front wheel, and again, pushing a totally different style of riding here. Crossfit half-pack as a hitchhiker. So that combo is just so different from the first one. And this is showing his depth, his variety, his originality, and his versatility.
So 1 minute has passed. 2 more minutes for Viki Gomez.
So popping up onto the back wheel. Full stubble duck there. The bike went all the way around his back. Winding it up now. Flowing round on the back wheel, switching his feet. He really is an example of someone that's kind of mastered flatland from all angles. There's so many different ways that he could put together a run. He's got an amazing ability to freestyle. He's one of the kind of true innovators in our sport. Okay, winding up now. This is a really high-risk line. Kick flip to half-backer. There's only one way you can do that. It's on or off. That's at a phenomenal level to bring to a contest. And pulling out clean. So again, you've seen 2 front wheel lines, you've seen 2 back wheel lines, showing that depth of trick and all of that experience that he brings. He really is a true flatland professional. He's been on the scene for over 20 years now, and he's still operating at the highest level. Again, bike flipped upside down.
Here comes the spin.
So once again, winding up on the back wheel. I think he's going to go for a bike flip here. Yes. Oh, just missing it. Such a high-risk trick, that.
But the people want more.
Here we go. This is what he just missed at the beginning. Yes! Honestly, that's a Viki original with a decade to finish for the crowd. Just shows so much depth. There's no style of riding he can't do, whether it's a bike whip, whether it's a bike flip, front wheel combos. Just once again, delivers on the biggest stage. An amazing professional in our sport.
I think he still did it in his 3-minute run, so that is going to count towards his total score as well, right?
Yeah, and he got that done so quickly at the end there, and that's so critical to keep an eye on that clock, otherwise you'll miss your opportunity. So here's that hitchhiker into the crossfit half-packer, just such a high level of technicality here. Straight into a spinning hitchhiker, that's a Viki original. Just so much flow, it looks effortless, but so much technicality in all of these lines. As I've been saying throughout, here's an example of moving straight onto the back wheel, bringing a different style of riding. So much flow. And here's that kick flip to half-packer. So discreet, but so hard. Not touching anything on the bike. And here's that last trick, just in the time. With a decade to finish for the crowd. Always performs well here at FISE. So many good results here over the years. Okay, 76, that just moves him ahead of Yuichi. I think that's just indicating like a better run overall, but Kio's level's just that bit more technical, and I think that's why those high 80s have been achieved. But a really solid performance from Viki Gomez there.
So this was our first group of riders that we just saw here. With still Kio Hayakawa on top, the FISE 22 winner.
Yeah, I mean, the first 4 riders really haven't disappointed at all. The level's been set at such a high standard. I think Kio putting down a benchmark that high puts the pressure on now to the 4 riders that are coming in. And that's what you want to do. If you're in that first group, you want to put the pressure on early. You want to make people feel like they have to ride at their highest level, because then you're more likely to make mistakes, and it gives you a better chance of a good result.
So it's not only about your tricks, it's a bit of a mind game as well.
100%. At this level, like, there's no doubt it's all in the mind.
Now let's look back at all the highlights.
So here we're seeing that flowing style from Yuichi. That's good.
And welcome back to FISE World Montpellier, where we just wrapped up the first heat of riders in this UCI BMX Flatland competition. We're getting ready for our next heat of riders. We got the DJs providing some fine tunes, not only for the crowd, definitely for our next 4 competitors. My name is Egon, and I'm still here with my BMX Flatland expert, Samuel Folks.
Hey, it's great to be here, and we've had a phenomenal start to this event with the first 4 riders, and can't wait to see what the next 4 can bring. Just warming up now. I was just saying before we went to the break, Yuichi and the riders like that obviously set a very high level, but Kio has really set that standout performance. And these riders now have got all the pressure on them to see if they can beat that 86 score. It's not going to be easy, and it definitely heaps the pressure on that final 4 list.
So we had a really strong start by our first heat of riders. But it was Kio Hayakawa who stood out and got an 86.33 score for his run here on the Samsung stage.
I think the thing that's really stood Kio out is he's just gone for such a high level of technicality, and talking to the judges before the event, that's what they're looking for. They want people to bring it. They don't think that playing safe is going to work because the level is so high right now. And Kio has gone straight in, and he's really adopted that approach of I'm going for it, I'm going to take the risks, and the score has come in to kind of really set that standard. But all of the riders you can see there, every single one of them has got the capability to up the level, and we're going to see a phenomenal standard of riding in this final 4 group.
Let's get back to work.
Oh, it's about to be on.
So we love our MCs hyping up the crowd. That's Catfish for you. And TDB,
for this next rider.
our French
We
MC.
all know who he is, Thomas. Please indulge us on who we are about to see ride.
Notre ami Catfish vient de nous le dire. Vous n'allez jamais être aussi bruyant que maintenant, le FISE. C'est l'heure de retourner les perches du lez.
He's been competing for 20 years at FISE.
Yeah, this event really is Matthias's. It's like he owns the place. Seen some of his best performances over the years here at FISE. Really excited to see him ride here one more time.
And will the cheers from his French compatriots get him onto the podium? Let's find out.
Straight in with that 540 hop. Going to see a really flowing style of riding. Going no hands there on the back wheel. Like the crowd's doubled in noise since he's come on. Jump into the front wheel. The thing that really sets Matthias out is his style of riding. He's just got so much flow, front wheel, back wheel, street style. He can do so much, and it just all comes together with effortless flow. Winding it up. Flip the bars there, watch this, he's going to go cross foot. Dropping the bike and out. That's an absolute classic by Matthias there. Just every time he's on this stage, he seems to deliver, he seems to up his level. Definitely gets the energy from the crowd. Again, we're seeing that fluid style wind up now. Spinning hitchhiker, watch that, hand behind the back. Again, a Matthias original here. Stepping into crackbacker boomerang round. Watch this, he's going to wind it up. Listen to the crowd. Go no hands. Holding on. He's still keeping this combo going. He's going to exit. So much slow. I think the crowd reaction says it all there. Just such a big combo, so much flow. Just really good to watch.
The longest combo we've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what Matthias brings. Like, he's just able to put things together. He's able to keep building momentum. Just effortless. Crossfit manual there, stepping out, just again showing a bit of variety, a different style of riding there. He's going to move it onto the back wheel now. Flipping to upside down. As we talk quite a lot today, again, Matthias will show so much variety and depth in his riding. That overall bike control he brings is going to set him apart from the others. Go no hands there. Hanging on to it. So hard to keep control in that position upside down with your legs crossed. Watch this, stepping up into the time machine. He's pumping to pick up the speed, watch the flow. Listen to the crowd. Wow.
And the French commentators in their booth, they're going wild as well.
Honestly, the crowd, so well deserved. What a performance. It's like he brings his best to this event every time. As I said at the beginning, he's one of the greatest contest riders we've ever seen. And you can see why, pulling all of that together with so much flow and control. The crowd reaction, everyone on their feet.
This is a very special FISE for him. This is the last FISE. Matthias is competing as a professional competitor.
This is that really explosive start we saw earlier. Winding up onto the back wheel, going no-handed. Everything's just got so much energy and flow. Again, this is where he moved it onto the front wheel, jumping around to crossing that foot. Going no hands with his feet crossed there. Just so many classic moves in there, so much good energy throughout. He really is a top-level performer. He's really having to hold on here. You see in the replay there on the side of the bike. And there was that end. The crowd absolutely went wild.
Look how hyped he is on that run. Sending love to all the fans all over the world, but especially the fans here at FISE that are cheering him on in this last professional FISE contest. And we're waiting for the points to come in.
He's done so much for the sport, and to have Flatland on this kind of stage with this kind of response, it's all because of Matthias. They want to see him. 90, wow. Just shows he can bring it at any level still. That is a really high score for Matthias. To jump ahead of Kio. Put together such a good performance there. That really does mix up the result. Wow, Matthias. He's so happy with that, and rightly so. What a performance.
Hopping over Kio Hayakawa.
That really does put the pressure on the last three riders.
So right now,
we are ready to drop our next rider.
it's the French in the first spot.
From Japan,
But we still have 3 Japanese
Ryo
that have their runs.
Yeah, Ryo really is one of the new innovators of back wheel riding. The level of riding we're seeing coming out of Japan is just so technical. Ryo kind of burst onto the scene in 2019, winning the World Cup in Hiroshima. Let's see what he can bring here in Montpellier. Straight up onto the back wheel. You see he's on the wrong side of the bike there with his legs crossed. Really awkward positioning. Just effortless back wheel style here. He's going to turn around now and use the momentum to turn around and pivot. To backwards and out. Everything in there is just so intricate and really technical. All of the momentum's just that little bit more awkward, and that's why it will score highly with the judges. So, oh, just missing that. Rare mistake from Ryo there early on. So pivoting round. So he's moved his whole body around 360 there from one side of the bike to the other. Just brakeless flow here, winding up the combo. Just so smooth. See how he's awkwardly got his hands behind his back there, untangling himself. Oh, just missing another move there. I think when you start to make mistakes, the pressure really does ramp up for the riders, so he's not going to want that to happen again now. There we go, onto the outside there, holding on, so awkward that positioning. Watch this, flipping round. Oh, another mistake there from Ryo. Just so much pressure when the riders before are setting those benchmarks, and you really do start to feel that as the contest goes on. Let's see how he responds in this last minute. Just effortless style. That is just so technical to do in a contest. Look how awkward that positioning is. Oh, there's just no margin for error when you're in that kind of position. Flipping again to that behind the back position. You see how he's pumping to keep momentum. That's it, he's got control of it this time. To upside down pivot round. So much flow and control, he hasn't touched the tire, it's just all with momentum. That's it, backwards spin, and out clean. Such a high level of technicality. This is really fresh stuff, really innovative. This is what Ryo brings, and He's already out of time there. So there were a few mistakes in that run, so it'll be interesting to see what the judges position him. Just part of such a strong scene in Japan. You see how they're all congratulating each other, they all train together, and you really do see that in terms of the riding. Here's that pivot to backwards. See how he's just rolling in that backwards position. See how awkward his hand position is there. These are the sort of details that just make everything that little bit harder. Again, pivoting round to the inside, and then all the way around the side of the bike. Just so difficult to hang on. Again, getting up into those awkward positions. I think the challenge with Ryo's riding is he just doesn't have anywhere to go when things go slightly wrong because it's so technical and it's so precise. But nevertheless, an amazing run overall. But I'm not sure where this is going to position in terms of a score. I think the judges will be giving this a lot of thought at the moment. Definitely the technicalities are up there, but consistency down.
Now, Sam, is it a coincidence that we have a lot of Japanese presence in the flatland scene?
No, I mean, this really has been a scene that's been emerging for the last 25 years, and particularly for the last 10 years. There's so much depth in the scene, they all train together. Ryo's come in with a 70 there, that's probably a fair score with what we've seen today. But really the depth of the Japanese scene, the way that they all support each other, it's no surprise that they're dominating the finals now in all of the events, and it was the same in the women's event earlier today as well.
All right, we are ready to go. Your number 2 qualifier, representing Japan.
The way I describe you is electric. Get ready for a very explosive display.
The world champion from Glasgow 2023.
Yeah, last year's winner of FISE. Everything will be done at full speed. Get ready for an exciting performance. Again, part of that Japanese scene, Yu's been mentored by Moto. They ride together, and the progression that we've seen from Yu in the last couple of years has just been exceptional. Going straight in, inside spins. So much speed and control. See how he's just winding up, everything's just ramped up to the max. Now watch this, bike flip, straight to the other side, off center bike flip, and out clean. This is what he brought to Glasgow, this is why he's the world champion. Such a high level.
And he's going so fast compared to the other riders.
Absolutely. We were watching him on the stage like earlier today, and every time he stomps it, you can feel the thud. Pivoting round to half packer, hanging on cut. Just hanging on.
Almost skidding the ground with his back end.
I don't know how he's still on that trick. Winding it up once again. Watch this, he's going to go all the way around. And out clean. So much energy in his riding. He still hasn't slowed down, watch this. He's crossing his feet now, just makes that a bit more technical. Pivoting round again, keeping that speed. Again, he's moving into a half-packer position here.
Almost scrubbing the ground with his bike.
Oh, so technical that, to come round into the inside and then pull out clean. Just look at the energy.
Lots of time.
He's moving up onto the back wheel now. The thing that sets him apart is flipping from one wheel to the other. So there you go, he's gone down onto the front wheel. Watch this, he's winding it up. It's going to be something big. Oh! Oh, bike flipped. Oh, that was just so hard. No one else is doing that. Crackpacker spinning, bike flip to the back wheel. There is nowhere to hide when you're trying tricks like that. Watch this, flip into the front wheel. Just keeping so much speed. Watch the speed. Double boomerang out. How did he hang on to that? Just so explosive. What's he got in this last 15 seconds?
One more for the FISE crowd by Yu Shoji.
He's going to try this crackpacker flip again. Oh! That is cutting edge flatland. That is the highest level you are going to see. He has absolutely dropped a hammer there.
With Japanese precision.
Honestly, I cannot believe he just pulled that level of trick in a competition.
He had 2 awesome jumps in that run.
Just in time as well. The level of precision and risk with that trick was just off the scale.
But will it be enough to get Matthias Dandois out of the hot seat?
Well, we had a small mistake in the middle of the run, and that might play a factor, but as I said earlier, the judges are looking for that high level of risk, that progressive riding, and there's no doubt we've just seen that from Yu Shoji. I'd expect this to be a very high score.
Yu Shoji is so good at doing that. And then here we went to the back wheel.
And this is just what's so exciting about the Japanese scene, you know, the progression, they're pushing each other. We're seeing new tricks at every event.
I mean, the way he shifted from the back wheel trick into the front wheel trick.
And he does it without the bike being in the right place. He just throws himself and lands. I don't even know how he does it. Here's that trick, flip to the back wheel. I cannot believe he just pulled that. Honestly, this is the cutting edge of flatland you're seeing right now.
Score to beat. This is a 90 points from Matthias Dandois. Matthias Dandois on his last dance here at FISE Montpellier, his last FISE. Everyone's waiting in suspense for the score to roll in.
Wow. I'm honestly not surprised. That just shows the judges are really pushing for that high level of difficulty. So gracious of Matthias to go straight to him there and give him that respect.
True sportsmanship.
What a contest.
Honestly, this is what's so nice about flatland. It's the camaraderie. It's the fact that everyone wants everyone to do well. Yes, they're competitive, but the results ultimately come from riding together and pushing each other in the sport.
It's not about the competition, it's about the progression.
100%, you know, jamming together, pushing the level. That's what people want to see. And that's exactly what we've just seen. You know, the Japanese riders, once again, are setting a new standard of flatland like we haven't seen before. That is going to be a tough score to beat.
Do it again.
So if we're looking at the leaderboard right now, we still have one more rider, Ryo Katagiri. He's going to need the 86.34 to beat the score of Kio Hayakawa and get on the podium.
One thing you'll definitely see with you is that he is just so calm.
Nerves of steel. That's what Yu is going to need.
He just always looks so composed. I genuinely don't think he's fazed by this kind of pressure. Widely regarded as the best rider in the world right now. If anybody can up the ante, it's you.
He has had some major wins in the last 2 years. He would love to do it again. Let's welcome him in.
He's got quite an interesting bike setup view. He keeps his bars really narrow so that he's close to the bike throughout, and that helps him with bike flips and that really close level of control. You've got to watch closely here. Straight away with a bike flip, another one, and again he's moving to upside down just effortlessly. There's another bike flip to crossfoot on the other side. With so much control spinning out, he's keeping this combo going with an undertaker to finish. There's almost twice as many tricks in that 30 seconds as you'll see from other riders. So pulling up onto the back wheel again. This time moving round into that spinning position, moving into that backyard flow. You just have to watch his footwork so closely. Straight into that spin on the side. He's going to flip to upside down again. Now he's moving up onto the pedal. That really ups the difficulty level, building up the momentum there. Flip to the other side. Honestly, the level of technicality in that combo was just relentless from start to finish.
The people of Montpellier want more. Our final rider.
Again, moving on to, oh, first mistake from you. And that's the sort of stuff at this stage that might make the difference.
And he's back on his bike.
Onto the pedal. Wow, how did he hang? Oh, two mistakes there. It's just so hard going on after a performance like that from Yuichi. Let's see how he composes himself in the last 45 seconds. Oh, another error there from you. Wow. It's so hard to come back once you just start to make mistakes. Crowd getting behind him. Watch this. Full bike flip! Unbelievable! How did he just pull that out of the bag? Oh my goodness, now he's really going for it, comboing onto the inside. Oh my goodness! Oh! I just cannot believe the level of flatland that we're seeing in the competition scene now. How did he get that full bike flip into a combo like that? These guys are just pushing each other so hard and so far.
That was a wild run by the winner of the first World Cup stop in Enoshima a couple of months ago.
It's such a tough decision for the judges now. I mean, the risk level was just so high for you. But then we did see those mistakes creeping in. And those are the kind of small details that the judges are going to be looking at now as they figure out their final scores.
He's not following anybody's footsteps. A lot of this stuff he's come up with on his own. That's the first time I've seen him break this undertaker.
I think that's what's so amazing about Flatland at the moment. You see a progressive trick like we saw from Yuichi, and then Ryo Katagiri comes straight in and ups the ante with his own bike flip variation. And that's the kind of culture of the battle contests that they run in Japan, you know, one-upping each other all the time. There's that full bike flip, somehow caught it and kept the momentum going, and then started to pick it up into a different line of... Here he goes to upside down again, underneath, and then he just missed the exit. Incredible level of riding. These guys all ride together all the time. I think they'll be happy for each other whichever way the result goes.
If you have a touch, but you have way harder tricks than everybody else, the judges can let that slide.
So we have all the leaders, all the riders. Looking at the leaderboard.
That could hurt him. Your current leader, 92.33.
Est-ce que ça va suffire? 92.33 à battre Ryo Katagiri doit battre Yuichi.
Oh, 89 just behind Matthias there.
Enough for the podium.
I think the judges just really rewarding that high level of risk there by Yuichi Katagiri.
He's getting love from all the other riders.
Once again, Yuichi wins FISE.
Getting the respect from Viki Gomez, Matthias Dandois, Jean-William Provost.
I just feel like this contest really suits his riding, explosive, really good for the crowd. And once again, he's managed to deliver a ridiculous level of riding here at FISE. Such a nice guy as well, like gets on with everybody, really good energy. Everyone will be so pleased that Yuichi's done it again.
That was insane.
That was the best Flatland final I've ever seen. Hands down. I got a little bit emotional after.
This was a great final. Let's take a final look at the standings.
Yeah, I think once again the judges have just got it so right here. They've rewarded the risk, but then they've also rewarded an amazingly professional and high-level performance from Matthias, pulling that out to get a 90. But no doubt Yuichi was a standout rider of the day. The risk level, but also the overall run composition came together. Such good energy throughout. Deserved winner once more.
Every single one of you fans, you are the best fans in the world.
So we will be getting ready for the podium ceremony. But first, we'll get you updated on the next FISE World Series in Shanghai.
So we're going to have the award ceremony.
5 long years have passed since FISE World Series last graced the international stage. In 2024, we're in Shanghai.
I'm the main event, ain't no back before, let's get it. Let's in it, put it in love, don't get with it. Ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me, ain't nobody in front of me. You can try to put me wrong and try to give respect.
That was one of the best Flatland contests any of us have ever seen. Let's get to the podium. In third place, Ryo Katagiri. Gosh.
Just shows how progressive he is, that he can still get third place even when he makes a few mistakes. Amazing rider to have here.
Exceptionnel, Ryo Katagiri. Quel run, il a tout tenté. Malheureusement, ça n'aura pas suffi pour prendre la première place. Et rien qu'avec tout ça, sur le podium malgré tout, du bruit pour Ryo Katagiri!
In second place, after one of the most phenomenal performances, his last FISE competition from France, Matthias Dandois!
Du bruit, du bruit, du bruit, du bruit, du bruit! Matthias, Matthias,
Such a great way to finish here at FISE.
Matthias,
What a performance.
Matthias. Peut-être sur la seconde marche du podium, mais pour toujours, premier dans notre cœur, du bruit pour Matthias Dandois.
He's done so much for the sport to get it to this level, to this profile. So much around marketing
And
it.
your FISE 2024 Flatland champion, representing Japan, Yuichi!
And what a performance, honestly. Explosive, electric. He did not disappoint.
Montpellier, du bruit, du bruit, du bruit pour notre premier.
Yuichi
Notre nouveau champion,
sweeping away all the competition here on the banks of the River Les.
Les prix remis par El Patron.
I honestly think
Monsieur
that's some of the
Herbert
highest
Benoit.
level stuff we've seen at FISE.
Faites-moi plus de bruit pour ce podium de dingue, s'il vous plaît.
And I'll say it again. This must have been the best FISE we've ever had so far.
Honestly, from a Flatland point of view, the most
c'est que le
stacked
début.
final, the best
Je sens que
performances at
Matthias
the
va
end
être un
there.
retraité actif.
Just so good to see the sport
J'en
in
suis
this place.
certain. Soyons chauvins, un petit peu d'amour encore pour Matthias ou pas?
And another round of applause for the last FISE competition.
Viens là, Mathias, viens là, viens là. On a le temps, on a le temps. Reste un peu là, on fait une petite interview du vainqueur. Ne t'inquiète pas, reste avec nous. Petite larmichette quand même.
All right, you on top of the podium. You've been to FISE before. What do you think of the crowd?
Of the what? Of the people. Awesome. So awesome. Thank you, everyone. I love this contest so much. I love.
Well, we love you. You rode incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion from Japan, Yuichi.
Et comme on vous l'a dit, cette finale, c'était la dernière danse de notre idole, l'homme qui a porté le flat français au plus haut et au plus loin, 9 fois champion du monde, des victoires à n'en plus finir. C'est la dernière danse, c'était la prise de retraite de monsieur Matthias Dandois Montpellier. Est-ce qu'on peut l'applaudir bien fort, s'il vous plaît? Matthias, avant que je te passe le micro, parce que je suis sûr que tu as un petit message à nous faire passer, je vais te demander de te mettre juste là, un peu de côté. On a une surprise avec toute l'équipe du FISE. Ça se passe sur l'écran. Et c'est vraiment pour toi, pour cette fin de carrière magnifique que tu nous as offert. Et tous les moments de bonheur que tu as offert
salut mon bro.
au Montpellier et à tous les riders.
Tu es sur le FISE, la star incontournable du FISE.
Putain, mon Mathias, dernier FISE.
Ça va faire bizarre les prochaines éditions sans toi. On te voit depuis tant d'années sur ce FISE Montpellier et sur toutes les compétitions dans le monde entier.
Toutes mes félicitations pour toute cette superbe carrière que tu as menée. Tu as emmené le flat super loin. Ça nous a propulsé le flat en France.
C'était un bonheur de partager ces années avec toi. J'espère que tu reviendras nous voir sur les FISE.
You really push me to give the best of myself. We have epic finals in many times.
J'ai des souvenirs avec toi incroyables, de trip, de voyage, de colloques ensemble.
Comment ne pas te dire merci pour toutes tes victoires, pour toute la joie que tu as donnée au public.
Thank you for everything you have done. I still have the hope that you will be back.
Thanks for all the new tricks. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for your smile.
You've been killing it for the past 20 years. Keep killing it and see you soon.
Merci à lui pour sa belle énergie toutes ces années. Peut-être que maintenant les autres auront un peu plus de chance.
It's not going to be the same without you, but I know I'll still see you around and I know I'll still be doing tricks with you on your bike.
Yeah, keep rolling and keep having fun on your bike.
J'ai envie de dire, c'est toi le FISE. Merci Mathias.
When I think of FISE, I think Matthias.
Merci d'avoir fait briller le BMX dans le monde. Ciao mon pote, à bientôt.
Thank you. You are amazing.
Thank you so much for everything you've done, Matthias. We love you.
We love you.
On te kiffe.
En dehors des FISE et du BMX, on est des frères pour la vie. Bisous.
Je te souhaite le meilleur pour la suite. Je t'aime.
Tu vas vraiment nous manquer. Donc à très vite et en tout cas profite bien ce dernier film. On t'aime fort. La bise pour nous.
Mathias Dandois.
So you heard it. Le
Tout
FISE,
cet amour
c'est
de
Matthias.
tous les acteurs
FISE, it's Matthias Dandois.
incroyables de cette compétition et tous les riders à travers le monde. On peut voir l'émotion de Matthias. Montpellier, on peut lui donner de l'amour en direct ou pas? Ils sont où les pauvres? Venez. Tous les amis, all the friends of Matthias, please come give him a hug. Montpellier, on peut faire bien pire que ça. Donnez-moi encore plus de love pour Matthias. Ce n'est qu'un au revoir, Matthias. Ce n'est qu'un au revoir. Ce n'est qu'un au revoir, Matthias. Ce n'est qu'un au revoir. Du bruit! Mathias, je vais te donner le micro si tu as un mot à nous dire, et je sais que tu en as à nous dire. C'est maintenant que ça se passe.
Vous êtes vraiment des bâtards, putain, je voulais pas pleurer. Je voulais pas pleurer. Montpellier, ça fait depuis 2005 que je viens ici. Mon premier FISE, c'était à l'espace Gramont. J'avais des posters d'Alex Jumelin dans ma chambre. Et tout ce que je voulais être, c'était ce mec-là, Alex. Et on se retrouve aujourd'hui, 18 éditions plus tard. J'ai fait 18 FISE. J'ai fait 18 putains de FISE avec vous, les gars, putain.
He didn't want to cry, he says. He's been competing here since
J'ai
2005.
vraiment grandi avec vous.
Looking up to Alex
Fait
Jumelin.
la fête ici beaucoup plus que j'aurais dû. Gagner, je me suis cassé la cheville ici. J'ai eu des émotions incroyables avec vous tous. Donc la première chose est vraiment du fond du cœur. Merci beaucoup à vous, Montpellier. Faites du bruit pour vous. Vous êtes le meilleur public de France, de loin.
From
Merci
the bottom
beaucoup.
of his heart, he wants to thank the crowd at FISE Montpellier, the best crowd in the world.
Je voudrais ensuite remercier Hervé André Benoît. Faites du bruit pour Hervé André Benoît, s'il vous plaît.
And a round of applause to Hervé André Benoît, the founder of FISE.
Parce que sans cet idiot-là, on ne serait pas là. Moi, je ne serais pas là. Personne ne serait là. Le BMX ne serait pas aux Jeux Olympiques. Sans le FISE et sans Hervé André Benoît, le BMX ne serait pas aux Jeux Olympiques, OK?
Without Hervé, there would be no BMX at the Olympics.
Et un gros bisou à toute ma famille qui est là. Papa, maman, Laurie, Gaël, Willy, Maxime Muscat qui est là pour la dernière aussi.
A little love to all his family and friends
Et,
who traveled over here for this last
et voilà,
competition.
petite exclusivité, on est en train d'écrire un bouquin qui va retracer ces 18 années au FISE et pendant toute ma carrière qui va sortir en octobre. Il y a Franck qui est journaliste qui est là aussi, qui m'aide à l'écrire et ça va être un beau souvenir pour vous tous, j'espère. Et moi, je reviendrai bien sûr l'année prochaine pour aider ici, pour être ambassadeur de ces sports et surtout pour faire la fête avec vous. Merci beaucoup Montpellier et à l'année prochaine.
And that's a scoop for you. They're working on a Matthias Dandois biography, and he says he's gonna be back behind the scenes promoting the sport.
Ciao les potes. Putain, c'est un film américain.
It's like an American movie he's in. And that wraps up this UCI BMX Flatland World Cup final in FISE Montpellier. Sam, I had a lot of fun.
It's been great. I've just enjoyed every moment of it. What a fitting end as well for Matthias there. Such a brilliant performance for him. What a great way to go out. But let's not forget Shoji's phenomenal performance to take the win today. So really nice end to what's been an amazing event with an exceptional crowd.
And that also wraps up the last event here at FISE Montpellier 2024. We had 11 live streams, even more events, hundreds of thousands of visitors, all these talented athletes. My name was Egon. I've had fun. We hope to see you back at the next World Cup in Shanghai and see you next year at FISE Montpellier 2025.
Un maximum de bruit pour mon ami et mon mentor, monsieur